Have you ever met someone who seemed nice, but your gut told you to run? This is what happened to me on New Year's Eve in Blizzard. My name is Maya. I work in bookstore. I'm very good with details. I notice small things. That is what saved me. A few years ago, I drove to my parents' house. It was New Year's Eve. They live a few hours away. I like long drives. I drive a blue Honda Civic. It's a good car, but it's not good in snow. I left in the late afternoon. The drive was simple. Then the snow started. First, it was just pretty flurries. Then it fell harder and harder. Soon, I was in Blizzard. I couldn't see the road. My tires slipped. I knew I had to stop. I pulled my car over to the side of the road. I was far off the highway. I texted my parents. I told them I was stuck. They were very worried. I told them I would wait. The storm would stop soon. But the storm did not stop. The snow kept coming. I piled up around my car. An hour passed. I was not going anywhere. My dad wanted to come get me. I told him no, that was too dangerous. I sat in my car. I turned the engine on and off. I did this to save the battery. The wind howled outside. It was a lonely sound. I was very alone. I looked at the clock on my phone. It was 8:47 p.m. Then I saw headlights in my mirror. A big snowplow truck pulled up next to me. I was so happy. I thought I was saved. I rolled out my window. The snowplow driver leaned out. He was an older man, maybe in his 50s. He wore a thick jacket. He had a black knit hat. His face was very wrinkly, like leather. He did not speak at first. He just stared at me for a long time, too long. Finally, he spoke. His voice was very rough. It sounded like he smoked. He asked, "Are you okay?" I told him, "My car could not handle the snow." He nodded, and then he said, "I would not get far." Then he offered me a ride. I hesitated. I did not know him. He seemed a little strange, but staying in my car all night was not safe. I asked, "If you take me to my parents' town?" He said, "No problem." I asked about my car. He shrugged and said, "Leave it." I made a choice. I grabbed my bag and then I got into his truck. The cab was warm. It felt good at first. I told him where to go. I gave him directions. He just nodded. He did not say anything else. He started to drive. The silence was heavy. I looked at my phone. My GPS map was on. We were driving. But after a few minutes, I noticed something. We were not going the right way. My GPS showed the direction. We were going the opposite way. And then my stomach felt cracking. I asked them. I tried to sound calm. Are we going the right way?" He did not look at me. He said, "Short detour. Back roads are better." I did not know the area. I couldn't argue, but my gut was screaming out. Something was wrong. I started to look around the truck cab. Really look. I saw empty bottles on the floor, beer bottles. I saw torn maps stubbed in the door. Then I saw it, a knife. A knife. It was wedged between our seats. The handle was dirty. The blade looked sharp. My heart started to pound. It was so loud. I was sure he could hear it. And then I looked at my GPS again. We were on back road, but he was missing turns. The GPS kept recalculating. He was not following it. He was not even looking at it. It was taking me somewhere else. I was panicking. I looked out the window. All I saw was snow and trees. Then I saw a house far away. It was the first house I'd seen for miles. A yellow light was inside. It was my only chance. I had to decide. Do I jump from a moving truck or do I stay? I waited. I took a deep breath. I counted in my head. 1, 2, 3. And then I grabbed the door handle. I pushed the door open as hard as I could. Cold air hit my face. It hurt. I threw myself out in the snow. I hit the ground. Pain chopped up my leg. I did not care. I got up. I ran toward the house. The snow was deep. It was hard to run. Behind me, the man shouted. I glanced back. He was leaning over. He was grabbing for his glove box. I didn't wait to see why. I just ran. I reached the house. I bounded on the door. I screamed, "Help me! Help me! Please! Please!" And then the door has opened. A man and woman stood there. They pulled me inside. I fell on their floor. I could not breathe. I told them what happened. The man with the snow blow the wrong way and the sharp knife. They didn't ask questions. The woman called the police. The police came. The snowplow truck was gone. They searched the area, but the storm was too bad. They never found him. The police gave me a ride to my parents' house. They helped tow my car. My dad was angry and very scared. I have not driven in the snow since that night. My name is Jake. I deliver food for DoorDash. My regular job at the movie theater cut my hours, so I needed cash badly. On New Year's Eve 2021, I was 20-year-old. I thought I'd make good money, but I was wrong. By 10 p.m., I was tired. Every restaurant was slow. My phone was at 30% battery. I had to keep the screen bright to see. I was dashing in Georgia, not in the city, but in the outskirts, with the neighborhoods suddenly turned into dark woods. At 11 p.m., I got an order from a wing place. The table looked amazing. The customer name was Tina. The drop-off was a house. I picked up the wings, the bag was warm, I got in my car and drove. The roads got darker, no street lights, fireworks popped in the distance, flash there, flash here, it made shadows jump in the trees. I turned into neighborhood. The houses were far apart, long driveways. Many houses were dark. My app told me to turn down the smaller road, no street sign, just a narrow lane and some mailboxes. I remember thinking, I shouldn't go down here, but I did. My headlights hit patches of fog. It made it hard to see. I drove slow. Finally, I saw the house number. The house was completely dark. No porch light, no car, no Christmas decorations. Just a dark shape against the trees. The driveway was dirt. I pulled in a little bit. The instruction said, hand it to me. I sat in my car. My hands were on the wheel. A dark house with a handed to me order? That felt wrong. I did something I never do. I text the customer. Hello, I'm here with your order. I waited, no reply. I text again, I'm outside, but nothing. I called, it rang once, then it went to voicemail. I told myself, they're just in the back. The light is broken, it's fine. I grabbed the warm bag of wings and then got out of my car. The cold air hit me. I used my phone flashlight. I walked up the dirt driveway. My shoes crunched on the gravel. The porch was small. There was an old welcome mat. Some dead leaves in a corner. I knocked. Silent. I listened hard. No any sound. No TV sounds. No footsteps. Nothing. I turned to go back to my car. That's when I saw it. Another vehicle was parked on the road behind my car. I never heard it pull up. It was just there, dark, lights off. The drive's door was open a little bit. My stomach felt tight. I walked fast down the driveway. I tried to act normal. When I got closer to my car, I looked at the dark vehicle. The open door was a black space. No inside light came on. I got out my car. I put the wings in the passenger seat. My keys were ready in my hand. My fingers felt clumsy. Then I heard a voice. Hey. I turned around. A man stood at the edge of my headlights. He wasn't come from the house. He came from the side, near the ditch. He wore a hoodie with the hood up. His hands were in his pockets. His face was having shadow. You got my food? He said. I didn't like that. The order was for Tina. I'm looking for Tina, I said. He smiled a small smile. It didn't reach his eyes. Oh yeah, that's my girl, he said. Just hand it here. I paused. I should just give him the bag. Just leave. But everything was wrong. The dark house, the dead phone, the strange car, this man appealing from the woods. I need to confirm the name, I said. It was a lie. I just needed to say something. He took a step forward. Man, just give me the bag. I took a step backward to my car. That's when I saw it. In his other hand down by his leg, he was holding something metal. It was short and shiny in my headlights. A knife? A tool? I couldn't tell. Hey yo, you don't want to make this weird, he said. I was already making it weird. I moved fast. I got in my car. I slammed the door. I hit the lock. I tried to start the engine. My hand was shaking. I missed the ignition the first time. And then he moved. He didn't go to the front of my car. He went to the passenger side, toward the door with the wings were. I got the car started. I threw in reverse. I hit the gas harder. The car lurched backward. I bounced over potholes. And then something hit the side of my car. A hand? A fist? He was that close. I reversed onto the road. I shoved the car into drive. I sped forward. In my review mirror, I saw him. He was just walking back to his dark vehicle. He wasn't running. He looked calm. I drove. I didn't stop. I drove until I saw bright lights and gas station. My phone buzzed. A DoorDash notification. Customer reported order not delivered. I almost laughed. Yeah, no kidding. I said to my empty car. Now, I should have gone home. The smart thing was to go to home. But I was broke. My brain told me, keep working, keep working. No, it's cool. It's gonna be okay. So, I sat in the gas station lot. I tried to calm down. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. My phone pinged a new order from a different restaurant. Same general area. I declined it. And then another order. I declined it. And then another order. I declined it. And then another. Each one paid more. The app was trying to get me back out there. Then I got one that made me cold. It was from the same wing place, going to the same dark neighborhood for the same customer, Tina. The payout was huge, way too high. I declined it so fast. It popped up again. Some order, high pay. I declined it again. It popped up the third time. Then I got one that made me cold. It was from the same wing place, going to the same dark neighborhood for the same customer, Tina. The payout was huge, way too high. I declined it so fast. It popped up again. Same order, high pay. I declined it again. It popped up a third time. Finally, I understood. It was late. Most drivers had gone home. Most restaurants were closing. The fireworks were loud. The roads were empty. If someone wanted to target a delivery driver, New Year's Eve was the perfect night. So, I ended my dash right there in a gas station. I didn't care about the money anymore. I drove home. When I got there, I sat in my car. I watched my street. I waited to see the dark vehicle drive by. Nothing ever happened. No one followed me. No one came to my door. But I still think about it. I think about the open car door. I think about the metal in his hand. I think about my tire spinning in the dirt. Most of all, I still wonder one thing. Who was Tina? And why did her order keep coming back for me? I never took a late night order again.